They did a Punkin Chunkin challenge, we called it. So we based it off of the actual TV show they have on the Discovery Channel. And we were studying simple machines. And so basically we just told them, you need to make a simple machine that's going to chunk the pumpkin. So we didn't give them much criteria except that it had to be a simple machine. So what you saw was all them. Like they went home and found things to make it with and figured it out all on their own. It just had to be a simple machine. I mean, hands-on, they learn a lot more. I think they remember it. Like most of these kids probably are not going to forget doing this Punkin Chunkin thing. And then just having to go through the process, like they had to figure things out on their own. So they had to research like different types of simple machines and come up with their own ideas. So I think they just remember it more than sitting and just writing something down for a class period and then moving on.
In the workbook, I really don't like workbooks. And like when you get to build things, like I've always been into building things and creating things, and my dad's always been into that. He used to do construction work. So having him to help us out was really a big help.
I guess it's more active and more physical, so I can do stuff with my hands and all that. But in the workbook, I'm just sitting there and it's all quiet and I don't know what really else to do. So I just have to look at the page and it just gets really boring sometimes.
They did, obviously, the simple machine. They had to do calculations for math. They had to figure out the mechanical advantage of their machine, which is basically just how well is their machine going to work. So they had to do calculations. They made a graph. We made like a class graph to see if our mechanical advantage went up, if our distance would go up. So they analyzed graphs and did calculations with it as well. I love it because they're just excited. And I hate coming into a class where they're just like sitting there like bored, just writing, and you don't really get to interact with them. So I just like to interact with everybody and like talk to everybody, and like just doing stuff like this, they get so excited about it, which makes me excited.